I am back, Dreadful Rick, for another VC contest video. So this is going to be a video for Roger Kjorvik. So everybody has been trying to avoid saying his last name because, a lot of us who don't speak that dialect struggle with this. And I'm sure by this point, Roger understands. So we keep hitting these milestones in the YouTube VC, which is awesome. It kind of shows overall that we are growing, and there's more and more new people jumping on board and subscribing and watching a lot of this metal related content, especially the stream and the underground, and not even that, just overall fans of the genre in altogether, really. So you can like the really cult and underground shit just as much as the big mainstream stuff. You know what I mean? Like we're all connected. We all like what we like, and I think that's really cool. So Roger's channel covers all kinds of things too, and he has a very vast collection. He has quite a lot of knowledge about the extreme music scene and the bands and all that stuff. And this is why I enjoy watching his channel, watching his collection updates. And he puts out stuff very, very frequently, which I think also helps and caters to the algorithm very well. But also, he just has a lot of new stuff coming in, that he's keeping up. He's on the up and up when it comes to this kind of thing, which is awesome. So but Roger, I don't think you actually gave an actual deadline of when the end of this contest is. Not that I recall. I'm always fashionably late anyway on this kind of thing. So a lot of entries, a lot of cool stuff. So what is the contest? Why are we doing this? So 660 subscribers was reached. He's well over that. He's in the 700 club now. Definitely deserving. Also, being 606, right? Now you guys are thinking, well, it should be 666, right? He did it before the 666, 660. So he wants us to show 6 Eeee-ville records, as I just said. So 6 record covers that you are evil to you think would be shown as evil to others, right? Portrayed as evil, if you will. And also, he wants 6. So 666. The last 6 will be shout outs. So just shout out some other channels, you know what I mean, that you think deserve it and whatnot. So I think very cool. I think that, if you've been watching my channel long enough, it's something that I kind of do regularly anyway. So this is, something that I like to do, and it just came very natural. So when Roger announced that this is one of the parameters with the contest, shit, all right, why not? So I'm going to go ahead and show 6 Eeee-ville covers. And along with the Eeee-ville covers, I'm going to do the 6 channels. Now, those 6 channels I'm going to shout out. The thing is that a lot of you guys have been kind of shouting out, a lot of your buddies and friend channels and people who have also reciprocating, people who have called out your channel and also have commented, and people you just, want to give recognition to. So in my situation, I've kind of been doing a lot of that too. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something a little bit different. So I'm going to just call out channels, the channels who I think don't know who I am. So basically, channels that are relatively out there, but have no concept of the Dreadful Minutes, that don't know who Dreadful Rick is or any of that, but that I've been watching. And which is kind of a sign that maybe I should be commenting more on their channels and making them more familiar with me. But you can't always do that when the channel's very new either. You know what I mean? So you got to give them a little bit of time. So let's just get to it. And I've been babbling on long enough. Okay, first up, we have Sadistic Intent, Reawakening Horrid Thoughts. So we have that nice evil face kind of overlaid there, and can't be something good. So this is a 3-track EP released in 2014, and here are the Sadistic Intent guys. Really good old school death metal out of LA, and these guys have been active since '87. And the 3 tracks, so we have Malignant Spirits, which was originally written for a Possessed. Jeff Sarah even wrote his own lyrics for it, which I guess never happened. And the band took the song and, kind of put their own lyrics over the music instead. And so the Cortez Brothers, awesome. They played with Possess for a little while there. So those guys are all kind of integrated and, all part of that scene. Hard Thoughts was on their '88 demo. So that's one of the first songs they've ever written. and Fuck Off and Die. So that is a Dark Throne cover, you know, the FOAD album. So really, really cool. So I know this band frustrates a lot of you because, come on, guys, just put out a full length already, right? So part of me kind of respects that they do what they want. They work at their own pace. They don't feel pressured by any of that commercialism or sales or like that. So, you know, it is what it is. They still play live and, you know, play, you know, their material, but I still would like to see a full length. So there you go. Sadistic Intent, Evil Face. Next up is Black Knife out of Lexington, Kentucky. And this is their second album, Murder Season. So here we have the, I guess, the devilish goat licking that bloody knife along with the burning church. So, yeah, pretty evil. Even the back, the font and everything's pretty damn evil. Look at that shit. So, great band. It's sort of a blackened, kind of a punky kind of metal. It's a little bit of a, I don't know, think like Motorhead meets Venom. So it's got a lot of first wave kind of influence at the same time. So if this is your thing, definitely check out this band. They're making a lot of headway. They tore their ass off. As far as I know, only in the States for now. So, but as you guys know, Hellwolf, who's the vocalist, he's kind of like the main guy in the band, has his other band, Glass Coffin. So another one we're checking out, which is more of a straight black metal project. But this one here is more in the vein of other bands, like if you like Midnight and bands like that. Although I don't know, I find these guys, to me anyway, are on that same level. But they're just not as known. So there you go, Black Knife. And here we have some German doom, epic doom. I guess you could say more in the vein of something like a Candlemass. So you know, kind of a German answer to Candlemass. Although their releases lately have gotten more quite polished, and they really are honing more and more of their identity much better than they were on their first releases. But this is their second album by Lord Vigo, Blackborn Souls. Yeah, look at that demon right there. The reason I like this is kind of gives me that chilly vibes. You know, we think of like movies like Nosferatu. You know, one of the chilly elements of it was because of the low fidelity, just that whole monotonous, it just duotone, whatever you want to call it. And I think the stripped down kind of a basic look of this artwork just adds to that evilness, which is fucking awesome. I love that old logo, that whole treatment. Although they changed their logo, I think after this album, and it's a little more, it's cleaner, yeah, and it kind of fits more of their sound now. But go back to their first two albums, holy shit. So this right here, it's pretty nasty. So I thought they did put out a new album last year, which is really good, and no one seems to be talking about it. So Lord Vigo, yes, named after the Ghostbusters, the evil villain from Ghostbusters. See, just adding more evil to this stuff. They even named themselves after Ghostbusters characters. You know, Volgas, Zohar, Zolohar, Vince Clortho, Tony Scolari, like the Scolari brothers, right? Zool, you know, it's just like it's all there. So yeah, pretty awesome. Next up, this one is pretty evil. So this is a band out of France. It's a two-piece, and this is their third album, Hammer of the Heretics, dropped in 2018. I know they have one of the new one called Persecution, came out in 2021. I'm talking about Autocrater, and yeah. So why is this evil? Other than the obvious look of someone being tortured right there. Come on, man. Anything that has to do with eyeballs, man. I've met some people who, you know, can stand all this gore, but something about eyeballs just gets people, man. Putting that nail through that eyeball is a big no-go, right? And yeah, I wouldn't want to be that person right there. So there is a CD version of this, and the cover art, just the cover, just the imagery, photography, yeah, has more of this kind of stuff going on, which is adds to the evilness. So I just had this vinyl copy. I was put up by Death Cult. So again, only 100 of these were made. But if you can find one, this is really good stuff. It's kind of like you know, but it's not for everybody. This kind of fits in that sort of tetragrammaticide, dragged into sunlight. That really claustrophobic, dense, really uneasy. You know, the bands like Portal kind of style of death metal. It's but it's done very well. It's very intentional, and you know, even it can sound a little industrial, like, or mechanical at times, the way everything kind of is. So kind of what you see with that image right there, it's kind of what you can imagine it sounds like. You know, it's very ill will, if you will, and just nasty. For this one, I figured I'd pull at least one classic that it's very recognizable. And I almost pulled out board again, but you know what? This one's even less talked about, and this is their 92 I think album, and that is the Humanizer by Black Sabbath. I mean, look at that. I mean, think of a lot of our earlier childhoods of evil characters. You know, I think of the Dark Lord Sith, right? So anybody who's into Star Wars will know what I'm talking about. Here, it kind of reminds me of that, just more with the well, you know, he's got the sickle there and all that stuff, and kind of you know, torturing that guy right there. And when you think of things that are really evil, I mean, it's called dehumanizer, removing your very humanity. It's probably part of it. I mean, look at somebody like Lord Vader, right? Like Darth Vader had sort of his humanity kind of removed, which is the very thing that made him evil. This reminds me a lot of that. So yeah, you know, this is the one with that returned, you know, Ronnie James, and you know, I mean, we will see him again with Heaven and Hell when that came out. So really, really awesome. So rest in peace, Ronnie, and then thank you for being part of such a great album. Again, not talked about enough. That's pretty evil. Okay, sixth one, last one for the stack. So this is none other than kind of pioneers of the Austrian death metal scene, and I think one of the first. I think they even predate Belphegor. So this would be none other than Pudge and Stench. So I kind of went with Smut Kingdom, and so why did I do that? It's the very name. I mean, smut. It's something that and you make a kingdom out of it. It's I think it's kind of the overall society on the very brink of the ultimate kind of most extreme form of heathenism and debauchery and all that shit you can think of. I mean, you look at kind of lore of, like, you know, what happened with Sodom and Gomorrah, right? It had to be destroyed because it just became so too much, you know, and God had to make how to destroy it, right? And so this kind of reminds me of that element of that. You know, you look at the back here. Yeah. So this is their well, okay, so this shows that what 2018, I think it came out, which would be kind of the last thing they dropped. So I don't know what's going on with the band, if they got anything going on. You know, they hit a bit of a weird period. You know, after being called buttering, they went all death and roll on us, which is I still like the stuff, not all of it, but this one's pretty good. So this was supposed to have dropped in 2007, and it got canceled. They had a falling out with I believe it was Nuclear Blast, was the label they were with, and it was never released. So this was kind of shelved, and so finally saw light of day. So this is put up by Back on Black. So I know you all have your opinions, but I thought this was pretty good. So there you go. Pungent Stench, Smut Kingdom, a lot of blood. Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on here. Just a lot of evil here. All right, time for channel shoutouts. So again, these are channels that are not familiar with me, but I thought I'd give them shout out. So I'm not shouting out my friends on this one. Sorry, guys. So doing something a little different here. And so first up is Brian. So it's called Brian Mostly Metal Updates. Is his channel. He's already at last time I checked was about 345 subscribers, and he's only been doing this a few months. I think about I want to say maybe 6 months, 5 6 months, something like that. He's been doing videos. He's an older guy. I don't want to say old guy, you know. I just say older guy, and he's been into this stuff for a long time. You can tell, and that's the reason why he kind of put together this channel in order to talk about his experience. And I believe he has a lot of insight to provide for us as far as the stuff that he's into. He's into a lot of range of bands, but I've also seen him cover a lot of new bands. A lot of you know, one reason why I caught his channel was because he did a review or talked about Crossbitter, which one that I'm like, man, nobody talks about them, you know. And you know, ever since I got their tape, I've been hooked. And so the fact that it came from Brian's channel was cool. So thank you, Brian, man. He has a very good channel. He does a lot of collection updates and whatnot. You know, tells a little bit of stories of some of his history, and you know, and the days of collecting physical media. I know he said he took a little break from there and got rid of a lot of stuff. So now he's looking to get a lot of it back. So I'm sure that story is very familiar to a lot of us. So very cool channel. Definitely check it out. Brian's Mostly Metal Updates. So number one. Second one will be Maddie. Maddie has a channel called Beaver Mosh, and been around a few months, I want to say. Has about 374 subscribers already, and I see nobody talk about this channel. So Maddie does, from what I've seen, mostly reviews. Very articulated, really finds and puts a lot of effort into trying to help you understand what the sound, what the style, what the bands that Maddie's talking about is about. And I've got a lot of insight, and I really like the style, the way Maddie talks about these bands. So very, very cool. Definitely check it out. Maddie, it's got a really, really neat style, with the way, just the way, the accessory and everything goes on and whatnot. So very interesting, very different, but the content's there and there's a lot of substance to the reviews. So if you're looking for a lot of, covers all kinds of styles, I mean, so again, it's just no one particular style of extreme metal that Maddie won't cover. But definitely look into it. If reviews are your thing and see what's current, that's definitely your channel. Number 3. So this is a very, very new channel, and it is called The Ninth Circle. And this is Bill. Bill is based out of Salt Lake City, and already like his personality, man. Seems like a really cool guy. Definitely middle-aged guy, who's kind of been into this for a long time. He decided to start a YouTube channel. I feel like there's a lot that he has to offer, and he does have a project. He definitely is involved in music. So I'll put a link to his project. Put a demo last year called Uncross. Some really good kind of sludgy Black and Doom. So that's definitely something that you're into. Definitely worth checking out. So I went ahead and, so it's digital for now, I believe. So I bought the digital on Bandcamp, and I've been kind of playing that on repeat ever since I, got wind about it. So really cool project there, Bill. And yeah, it just kind of talks about collection updates and other things too. But very new channel, but very curious of where it's go. But just a overall solid dude already, I can tell. So definitely check out his channel. So I'll be leaving links for all of these. Another new channel. So this is called Manserfaust. Mike Manser, I believe he goes by the name of. So he's at last time I checked, 48 subs, and a very interesting hairstyle. So he's been involved in the VC, doing these contest videos. What I'm doing this very thing right now. So he did the cassette tag and did the 13 questions for Mike on Common Power, and so really cool. I like the stuff that he showed. He's into all kinds of range of metal too, and as you can tell, there's a theme here. I like channels with a lot of variety, also, and so it definitely needs more subs. I think that as we subscribe, it'll only further motivate these channels to produce even more content, which is just awesome. So one to look out for. And I believe he started his channel quite a while ago, actually, but didn't really start putting up stuff seriously until just recently. So there you go. Number 5. So this is And Justice for Earl. Now this is a channel I have seen other channels and people doing this contest bring up quite frequently, and again, well deserved. So being that the channel it's only been up a few months, he's already at 542 subs, like last time I checked, and that's quite a feat. Again, in just a few months, I believe just the word of mouth and just how viral everything went. But the channel itself, I mean, it's very peculiar, and I think the way he went about it. See, a lot of us will start our channels and kind of very modestly. Maybe we'll do a simple contest entry or a couple of small collection updates to kind of just get the snowball rolling. He started out with the big snowball already. So this is a guy who doesn't really show his face on camera. So he kind of executed a way to be able to start a channel and have your cake and eat it too. So you can offer solid content, talk about some of the stuff that, that the bands that he likes, and not actually show his face. You know what I mean? So again, we don't sub to channels because we like people's faces. So this proves it. So what do I mean by peculiar? So he right off the bat, he just does a lot of these. I think he started with Ghost, and he moved to a lot of other bands too, all kinds of styles. He does these ranking videos, and that's just a tickle me Elmo kind of thing to the algorithm, and he nailed it right there. So not only does he does the ranking videos, if you put ranking in a title, that will get people flocking to you. You know, I mean, people they just eat that shit up, right? People love rankings. People want to see where you stand on the pecking order of the hierarchy of these kind of bands on their releases, right? What is good, what is shit. You know, I mean, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not that harshly, but you know, because some bands have just how perfect discographies, more or less. You know, no bad albums, like as if you will. So when I say shit, I mean, you know, the last one in the barrel is shit. But it's just that maybe it doesn't rank. Where the hell am I going with this? Too much coffee, I guess. So Earl just put up his first actual collection update video like a couple days ago, something like that. And so until now, everything else has been pretty much like rankings. So if that's your thing, he does all the editing and all the stuff, and very well spoken, and just very slick. And so in a way that kind of guides you, you don't get bored. I guess is what I'm trying to say. So he really is well deserved with the subs that he has, and his channel is just going to keep on growing. He's easily going to hit 1,000 this year. You know, I mean, more than that. You know, I mean, so it would not surprise me at all if he keeps going at the momentum that he's going. So a good job, Earl. Really good channel. I'm glad you're here. You know, people seem to really like you, and for good reason. Okay, last but not least. So this is a very peculiar one. So this is a channel called Metal Release, and I believe it's based out of Mexico, actually. So this is run by Eduardo. And yes, it is all in Spanish. Now, before you all roll your eyes and be like, okay, this is where I can dip out. Hang on. So this is a cool little tool on YouTube, right? You can find it right there on the player. Click the captions, right? That little CC symbol, and then go to auto generate. Pick your language. Will probably most likely be English, and you get a lot to take away from as far as his reviews. So Metal Release has been around for God, I want to say 9, maybe 10 years, and he's already at 10,000 subs, 10.6, I believe, and he will easily be hitting 11K this year. So this has not been like a 1-2 overnight snowball kind of sensation. You know, he's been grinding and building up this kind of pack of you know, followers, and for good reason. I've learned a lot about the proper way to use metal terms, just YouTubing in general. So I'm nowhere near a fluent of a Spanish speaker like he is. Guy's so articulate. He is very thorough with his a range of bands that he covers. He's into all kinds of styles, you know, whether you name it, black metal, progressive metal, death metal, fucking, you know, heavy metal, you know, new wave of British. I mean, he's into fucking everything, which is awesome. He does not discriminate, and very good outlet. And you know, I feel like, man, a lot of you guys are missing out simply because, you know, it is Spanish based. So he did carve that little niche. So a lot of people in that community, that is the channel to go to. But I feel like you guys can still benefit from Eduardo's content. So I just want to give him a quick shout out. So if you want to test this auto generate speech feature, here you go. So, hola Eduardo. Mira, aquí si usted se encuentra en este rincón de YouTube, en este pequeñito canal de The Dreadful Minutes, solo quería darle sus felicidades por 9, 10 años de los contenidos que usted ha traído a nosotros. Y todo lo que usted estaba haciendo en su canal es de buena calidad. Ojalá usted le trae a nosotros otros 10 años de, bueno, de buenos videos. Bueno, de dejo con eso. Ojalá te traigo más fanáticos. Muchas gracias. There you go. So yeah, I did kind of stumble a little bit there, but hopefully it works. And congratulations, Eduardo. And it's so cool to see all kinds of people being into this stuff from all over parts of the world. So I'll leave you with that. Congratulations, Roger, man. You definitely deserve it. Man, I hope you hit 1,000 this year, man. I really do. You're probably shaking your head no right now. Go, nah, dude. You did good stuff, man, and you show some really good releases. I found some good stuff through your channel too, man. So you're definitely on the up and up when it comes to all this. And everybody else who's entered this contest and all those shout outs. This has been really, really good, man. So I guess I'll catch you all on the next one or the next contest and all that. There's just all these milestones happening, you know, I can't make a video for every contest. There's only so much time I have and everything else, you know. But I still want to find some way to support, you know, where I can, you know, with people that with channels that I really do enjoy watching, and just and all you new guys out there, you know, hopefully this provides a little bit of motivation about what we're about in this whole VC thing, you know. So I'll leave you all with that, man. But keep it dreadful.